Good morning, everyone. Eric Rogers here, October 7th with Scott Tash. I don't always attend web trainings, but you better hit Friday. This is where we have regional account managers that are going to share what's working for them in the field. So what we've done, for those of you that weren't here before we started that are viewing this as a recording, we just picked two people that are attending today, check their audio, and they're going to share some things with us today. These are regional account managers just like you, got started just like you, no different, right? We're all in the same boat, and they're going to share some techniques that are working for them here in October. Now, again, if you should be aware of the biggest cash promotion this company has ever done. I'm going to pull this up just one time, and let's go ahead and get down here. So if you do one single account live,
10,000 or more, $100.
Yep, $100.
3 gets you 500.
3 gets you a total of 500, an additional 4. This is before Halloween, so time out on your costume. Scott, I think you're going to be, who's the guy from The Price is Right?
Drew Carey.
Drew Carey. You shouldn't be wearing your outfit.
Actually, I got compared last weekend to the cartoon character from Up.
Yes, the good movie, that Disney movie, I believe, Up. So yeah, I think Drew Carey, though, you should try. We're not supposed to wear our costumes until the day of. I think Halloween's on a Monday.
I just want to wear his checkbook.
Yeah, no kidding, no kidding. I think I'm going to be the guy from The Evil Dead, if anybody knows Bruce Campbell, the Chin. So I've got a chainsaw that goes to my hand or something like that. So my girlfriend loves the Halloween. So
also from Burn Notice.
Yes. Is he Burn Notice? I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I don't watch a lot of TV. I need to get into that. So guys, you get paid November. Get this. I want everybody hitting 3 live accounts in October. If you're getting stuck on 1 or 2 of these, move past them. Get past those. The whole idea today is numbers, and that's a nice segue into I want to get Scott Chase on here. Scott, I'm going to unmute you, my friend. Now, Scott, go ahead and give us a little overview of kind of what you've been doing.
What you're doing, how it's doing, and
how it's going, and where you're getting your business. I think everybody should be very aware of this. So, Scott, you are unmuted, sir.
Great. Good morning out there. Can you all hear me okay still?
Yep. You're outstanding.
Super. Thank you. Well, just the treetops on me. I mean, I've been in sales my entire career, medical devices, surgical implants. I'm currently, for the past 2 years, I've been a commission-only sales consultant in the industrial industry. And I'm in a small town here in the Knoxville area, north of Knoxville, the town that I live in. I've been active in the Chamber of Commerce, and as everyone who attends these webinars, and if you've ever spent any time in sales, you know it pays better to work smart as opposed to work hard. There is nothing about sales that is particularly easy. Sales, any way you look at it, is hard. So if you can either manufacture or invent or create or take advantage of ways to work smart, that will pay dividends in the long run. So as I continue to be involved in my chamber, when First Direct Financial came to me, I actually renewed my membership a couple months ago as a representative with First Direct Financial. Why did I do that with my chamber? Because this is something that is, everyone's a prospect. Anybody who takes a payment, anybody who has a storefront, this business created more prospects for me than any other company or product that I've worked with or sold. So in just networking through the chamber, the opportunity arose. I was with the chamber president one day and just flat out asked, hey, I'd love to obviously introduce you to my services. This is a not-for-profit. There's a lot of not-for-profits here in the community. I know every dollar counts. I'd love a shot at your business. And in that conversation, this Chamber of Commerce is with Elevon, which, as I'm learning, is a tremendous merchant. It's a huge merchant processor. Well, they were having some problems with Elevon. They'd been promised some things. Customer service was poor. Really hadn't been delivered on some of the things they had been promised. And so the conversation began. I collected the statements. They were no problem to get those and hand them over. We did show a considerable savings to this Chamber of Commerce that has a very tight budget. And this process took a couple months. I mean, they had to go through their board meetings. They had to determine if they were going to fire Elevon, or they going to bring me on. They had to get proposals from other vendors. And long story short, we found out just this week it was kind of a hairy situation. There were attorneys involved with Elevon due to some fraudulent claims that were made. And so they actually set this chamber up for cancellation this coming Saturday, which happens to be the weekend of an annual antique festival, which if you Google Clinton, Tennessee, we rank in the top 10 of national antique locations. So they called me, I think, on Monday and Tuesday and say, we have fired Elevon. Can we be live by October 8th? So the rest of the story is we've scrambled to get them boarded, to get them live. They got me the information we actually had to expedite and put on our own company ticket, if you will.
Yep.
Card Connect mobile swiper, get it FedExed. They'll hopefully have it today so that they can be swiping on a mobile basis with Card Connect tomorrow, or as early as midnight tonight. So it's one of these situations, just to kind of hand it back to you, Eric and Scott, that this won't be a big account. I mean, in some months, I'll be lucky, maybe if it's $10, $20 commission, bigger in months when they have big events. But the payoff here is that I stand to be referred on a direct basis, on a first name basis, to all of the local merchants here in the area. We're talking about a wide 12 federal credit union that runs the Oak Ridge National Laboratory, a community trust national bank that's here in the area, just to name a few of the big ones. But I have really worked to get the chamber on board and do right by them, provide the service, win them over, be honest, transparent up front, because the word of mouth in these small communities goes further than any billboard advertising that you could pay for, and that's kind of what I'm hoping for down the road long term.
Tell you what, and that power is so awesome, because you never know who you're going to get referred to. You take care of everybody this way, and no matter if they're big or small, in fact, if they're small, they may be working with a much larger entity behind them. They may have much larger connections to much larger entities, and they are your direct influence to get you in to talk to the people that can make the decisions. This is how you get past the gatekeepers. This is how you get past everybody
objections. And
go straight to the top with a personal referral.
Yeah.
Then it's and endorsement. Mm-hmm. So awesome job there, Scott.
That's exactly right. And if I just might add one last caveat, is we always talk about prospecting and referral marketing. So now in my approach, as I go around the community, and really regardless of what area of Knoxville I'm in, my introduction is as follows. Hey, I'm Scott Chase with First Direct Financial. Hey, this is what I do. Give them the treetops. I'm already working with my local Chamber of Commerce. We got them out of a jam, saved them a nice little chunk of change. But I would love the opportunity to do the same thing for you. I mean, if I can go ahead and lead in with that Chamber of Commerce as an account and drop that name, that really does give me instant credibility to get past all of the, well, what is it and who are you and what's the company? So that's the tip I would offer to everyone. Get a couple of those marquee accounts. They don't have to be big ones, but if you can drop that name and get the name recognition, that creates the warm prospect for you as you walk in the door.
Bingo.
Yeah, outstanding. And again, guys, this is a gentleman. I've seen the tickets roll through here. Everybody hustled on this side, including Scott. See, he came and saved the day. This was a kind of a thing where that was pretty underhanded for them to kind of cut them off during a really big weekend. I'm sure that somebody knew something in there, but you never assume. You're never supposed to assume. And here comes Scott in the Chamber of Commerce. Are you kidding me? He's going to make sure, and we've got Eva Miles. And guys, he went after the chamber first. I think a lot of us, when we get into these networking groups, we totally forget that there are dues. You're like, hey, I got to pay my dues. That's processing. If they're doing anything like that, go there. And then here's Eva Miles. This is a directory for a Silver Lake Chamber of Commerce, and here is one of our regional account managers. Eva does a great job, and she's juggling a few different jobs, etc. But look at this. There's no competition here. You've got people wanting their checking account at Wells who sub out their merchant processing anyway. Then you've got a small bank that straight up is saying they want commercial and consumer banking. Actually, Eva is going to go ahead and talk to Liz and see if she can't get referrals right back from that small bank. So, guys, networking groups takes this, and I think this is hilarious. If anybody has ever seen the movie, this is a really good thing. You can make these percentages, right, Scott? You're still unmuted. You can take these percentages and really increase these by simply positioning yourself in a situation where they're coming to you. Referrals are expected.
You are positioned as a resource now and not just a salesperson.
That's exactly right. And another interesting point here, the community just to the north of Clinton, or in Anderson County, is called what used to be Lake City, is now called Rocky Top, Tennessee.
No way.
Yes, they did fight for that. It took a couple years in court, but they got their city renamed Rocky Top. I just joined the Rocky Top Chamber. It's much smaller. But they still have a considerable membership, and I mean, don't you think that one of my first referrals is going to be from the president of the Anderson County Chamber to say, hey, can you just go ahead and maybe just write me a quick email note, or include me on a note, forward it to the director of the Rocky Top Chamber, let me see if I can't go ahead and do the same kind of job for them. And again, so I'm just going to leverage those relationships, and as you guys always say on the phone, I really want my phone to start ringing. I'm pretty busy in my other line of work, and so anything I can do to leverage my time and get these residuals coming in, the more the better.
Yep, absolutely. Scott, thank you so much for being here today.
Awesome, Scott. Thanks a lot.
Outstanding testimonial. So, fellas, ladies, that was a gentleman who we just put on the spot this morning. Here's another one. Gary Thrine out in Roswell, New Mexico. Gary, I've unmuted you, sir.
How are the aliens doing, Gary?
They're not probing today.
What Gary meant to say is that we're on the webcam right now, so he knows the aliens are seated right here. So, Gary, you know what? I know you've worked with some chamber action as well. I'd like for you to kind of fill that in, and then maybe let them know about something all of us may have heard of that you're working on right now.
Well, I appreciate what Scott had to say and how the chamber's working out for him. I had a similar situation where when I started going to the chamber after-hours meetings, I was standing there talking to a group of gentlemen, and one of them pulled me to the side after we were done talking and wanted to know a little bit more about what I do, and I explained to him, and then being prior military, we also had a little military conversation. But oh, and by the way, I don't have a lot of sales experience, folks. I spent 24 years active duty Army. I'm just opening up a new niche and trying to I'm a people person. Never met a stranger, just a few strange people. So of course, that means I'm going to talk to anybody that'll listen, which is great for prospecting. But anyway, this gentleman I was talking to turned out to be not only the president of the board of the Chamber of Commerce, but he's also the president of a 16-location community bank that does around $1 billion in business a year, and he is putting me in front of the people that I need to talk to start coordinating to get their merchant processing business. All right, that's in the works. The big thing I got going in the works right now is the UFO Research Center here in Roswell, New Mexico. If any of you have ever been to Roswell, I know you've been to the museum. If you haven't been to Roswell, you need to come check it out. They do upwards 150,000 plus a month in volume on just one of they have 3 different accounts. And I'm fixing to lock down all 3 of those. But they do upwards of 150,000 plus on one account, 20,000 plus on another account, and just around 1,000 on their 3rd account. So that's 3 of the accounts I'm getting locked in and hopefully live by next Friday. I've got an account today that is going to go live from a referral from a previous merchant that had 2 locations. that said, hey, you need to go talk to these guys. Got them into underwriting. They get their point of sale system today from FedEx. I'll be there when it gets there and get them live today. 3 or 4 other accounts. I hope to also a total of 6 more accounts by the end of next Friday live, and then I've got 3 more proposals to present on Monday for a car wash chain that currently has 3 locations and 4 locations in the works to build. So my pipeline is really full. I love it. Busy is good is my motto. If people ask me how I'm doing, and I say I'm busier than a long-tailed cat in a room full of rocking chairs. So that's the way I like to keep. The thing I would recommend to anybody that's new is follow Eric and Scott's guidance. Watch your first couple videos, take it to heart, put it to use, get out, talk to people, because the more you talk to people and the more these morning trainings that you attend, you're going to start feeling more comfortable. And when you start feeling more comfortable, your confidence just starts to ooze out of you. And as you're talking to people, you walk in and, hey, I'm Gary Thrine. I'm with First Direct Financial. I'd like to talk to you about your merchant processing. I believe I can help you save some money. It's just like your light bill. You got to pay it every month. Let me help you save some money on it. And they start asking questions. I start answering the questions that I've gained the knowledge from the daily trainings and from the modules. You can't go wrong. You got to be tenacious. That's my favorite word. Follow up, follow up, follow up. This car wash deal has been like 2 months in the works, but it's going to pay off in spades, because initially he was only going to let me start with 1 car wash. Now he's going to let me start with 3, all 3 that he's got going, and get me in line to take the other 4 as they finish building them.
Mm-hmm.
So, you never know who you're talking to. You just got to be yourself, be open to questions, be able to answer questions. If you can't answer the question, by all means, don't try and blow smoke up somebody's butt. Tell them, I don't know the answer right now, but I will get you an answer by tomorrow. That's where Eric and Scott come in. You give them a call, say, hey, I got asked a question today that I had no clue how to answer. They always have the answer right there on the spot. So,
Long answer. We'll give you one. Okay.
Yeah, let me unmute us there, guys. So you got a lot of info there, and confidence. And see, we believe in every single one of you that hey, all of you can do this. That you do not need to be 6'8" and special to excel in this business. You know,
6'8".
Yes, I mean, to be, some businesses, there is a skill set that everybody needs. We're going to help you get there, as long as, 10 things that require 0 talent, and a lot of these are, here's attitude. I'd almost put that one over here at number 1, to be honest with you. Obviously, being on time is a pretty good one, but folks, all of you can do this. All of you can do this. And did you notice how Gary said, be yourself? Take what we're saying, take the scripts that you're seeing, and make it your own. If there's something you're more comfortable saying, words that flow easier for you than what's on there, use them. And that's the whole thing. It's a big country out there. We know, we've got Rocky Top, Tennessee. I've got Roswell, New Mexico. Who would have thought we'd have had 2 of those guys on the same show? And folks, you know what's working? Our networking groups. They meet at different times of the day, right? If you've got another job, this is a perfect fit for your business. If you're doing this part-time, this is a perfect way for you to cut down the time for people to trust you by 1/3, right? In the 7 keys to success, so you cover that too. So Jay Eckert, you can do this. Jason Nita, you can do this. Ann Beal is already doing this. And this is something that we really want it to, kind of hammer home, because, what are your chances? This is a good one right here, Scott. I know you like this one.
I know.
What are your chances? Well, I won't do business networking groups. Well, your chances of getting any business there are now 0. If you will not do something, and again, it's an attitude. That's what I'm saying, and coachable. I know you like that too. But guys, it all starts with you. We're all in this together. Gary, like I said, thank you so much for being on here today, folks. Military,
One more tip.
Just remember this: nobody ever started out perfect except one person, and we are all a work in progress.
yeah, yes, yes, and guys,
One more tip, Eric.
yeah, go ahead, Gary.
The after-hours networking groups, the breakfast with the mayor, the tip that I believe Scott threw out in a training was to, instead of taking the person's business card, go ahead and start putting their information into your phone and give them your business card, and that impresses the heck out of them. I've got 2 appointments to go talk to people this next week from this last week's after hours, because that's what I did. I said, oh, wait a minute, let me just go ahead and put you right into my phone and all your information, and that way I've got you here. I can't lose you because my phone is always with me, and I'll give you a call next Tuesday. How's that sound? Great. Okay, Tuesday morning or Tuesday afternoon, which would be better for you? One's Tuesday morning, the other one's Tuesday afternoon. So that's a great tip, and it works.
That was actually a tip that came on an article I got off of Entrepreneur Magazine. That was beautiful. Yep. So, guys, you want to do that. You want to make sure that you are, using your national sales director. Make sure you're using those 6 key questions that you find on that we have designed. Matt did a great job with these, and this is helping our closing percentage. And Gary, just to reiterate, we don't know all the answers. There's a lot of stuff going on. Even the folks who have been in this business for 20 years, in the merchant processing business, guys, it's a totally different animal right now. There are new software POS systems. There are tens of thousands of those. Nobody knows them all. Nobody. Do they work or not? Nobody knows that answer just on a flip of a hat. There's so many different things that work in there too, and we'll find the answer if we can, that type of thing. And if we can't get it, we've got over 100 years worth of merchant experience that at least know where to go to get the answer. That's half the game, right? Is to know where to go. Guys, this site that you're seeing on your screen right now, a lot of your questions are right here. A lot of them, if not, 99%. Are there some that aren't? Use your national sales director. We've set this business model up. No one does it this way. You have no quota. That's a good and a bad thing, right? So October's the month. Gary, thank you so much for contributing today. And guys, you got some good information. Gary, thank you, sir. I know you're a busy man. Yep. No, you're good. And we've got about 4 minutes. My 30-minute radar just went off, so I know we're close. So let's go ahead and Scott, get to some questions here. John MC, so he's the master of ceremonies. John, why would a bank give us processing without wanting a portion or a commission? So John, we're going to find that out. The only way to find that out was to make a contact. And again, do you want to elaborate on that?
Not everybody wants to do things commission. If you can provide a service and make them a value added, people come in. Guess what? Then they are also looking for the reciprocal of that as to why would, who would you recommend then to do their banking? So it's a relationship between the two of you, and it's not necessarily monetary. The size of the bank has a lot to do with it, and what their philosophy.
Right.
Banks are nothing special. They are a business. They're in business to make money. If they don't have a service that they can do, they're looking for a vendor to be able to do it for them. They're not necessarily looking to gain off of that vendor because they want somebody that they can rely on. So don't always think that they're going to want a piece of the action to do things, especially when you're providing something that they cannot provide.
Now, obviously, we can team together. And this would be a situation where it would be part 2, okay? So this would be something where, other than the referrals, if the bank does want to take it to a different level, we can work something out there too, John.
Yeah,
okay?
And so, and it works. Sometimes it works on larger businesses that have a complete portfolio and multiple locations may want to team up and do that. everybody's looking to benefit one way, and if it's a win-win situation, it's all good.
Absolutely. And remember, Merchant Careers, your resources tab, it's right there. There you go. If you want that flyer, again, these take a heck of a long time to do, guys. These are not something that are going to be instant offense if they ever even come around to happening, and that's, again, where most of the time you're going to get a referral from the bank, John, where they just kick you a referral and then, hey, send me checking, business checking, send me the, you know, I know that Gary and Scott are in the Chamber of Commerce. Can you please send me business my way too, like Scott Tash had just mentioned.
Sure.
So good question, John. That's a good comment. Yep. Let's see. Gary Thrine, your virtual terminal YouTube videos and instant accept YouTube videos are excellent tools to put in your arsenal. So yeah, you know, all this talk of these POS systems and you know, all these add-ons, you got to realize what your customers are getting included are these YouTube videos that are the virtual terminal from Card Connect that explain what this is. And these are a great guide. And again, we've mentioned this before, and I'm trying to find it right now. But you need to look at these videos. You know, if we post something up here or mention something, you know, your national sales director can obviously, you know, explain it, but you want to watch them too. And this is where Gary did the same thing. He watched the video first, then he's sending it on, and so he can answer one or two questions from the merchant, and he's the resource. You're the local regional account manager. The more you know, the more confidence and trust that merchant's going to have with you, which is key for everything. So yeah, thank you very much, Gary, for that comment. And then let me see. Yeah, something with there. Oh, gotcha. Yeah, the chainsaw. So you know who we're referring to. Yep, there you go. Gary's saying the same thing. So familiarize yourself with as much as you can. There's a lot of info on here. There's a lot of, especially on the equipment side. We don't even have a fraction of what's up here, but you know the Card Connect and the CardPoint products. Make sure you're getting that. And you know, we forget Module 4. You've got pricing basics. You've got the overview, the Card Connect Marketplace, explaining a proposal. We have a video for that. We do that on Tuesdays.
And the underwriting process.
Yep, and there you go, the underwriting process. So we forget about Module 4 every once in a while, and it's something where cold calling, no one likes to do that, you know, and everyone loves this. You know, when the guy actually calls you back, well, guess what? If you're positioning yourself, they're coming to you. They're saying, hey, can you do me a favor and call my buddy Scott? He owns a business. He needs to talk to you. He's shopping around his merchant processing. You'll get those.
Everything works in a referral world. You never know who you're talking to. I was on an airplane coming back from California last weekend, and 2 weekends ago, and was talking to a gentleman. Well, we exchanged cards and pleasantries and that, and I introduced him a referral. I referred Paul Webb because it was a company that needed training, and you'd be surprised what happens. We just got an email back yesterday. I picked Webb up from the airport, and by golly, you know, this big multi-company said, gee, I'm sorry I haven't gotten back with you. I'm taking off, but I do want to talk to you about our needs. And so referrals are always king, and you never know, you know, who you're talking to or sitting with. And especially when you get into these chamber meetings, you might be talking to the local donut shop, or you may be talking to a multinational business. You know? So it's all good.
Yes, it is. And guys, yeah, we'll leave it with this, with a pretty girl on here too, which, by the way, is sharp. You talk about somebody that knows a heck of a lot about business. Never underestimate anybody you meet. We're all the same, right? CEO of a company all the way down to the, like I said, I kind of like the 10,000 mark myself. Volume.
We always put our pants on and
same
way, but one leg at a time.
Yep.
You know, I put my shoes on, hopefully right on the right foot, left on the left foot too.
Yeah, every once in a while. So yeah, so Gary, you get go immediately to see any referral you get. Good advice. Somebody refers you somebody, don't think, okay, I'll get to it next week. Urgency, guys. Same thing when you get a proposal. We want that merchant and you with an appointment of some type in 2 days.
What if Scott got that referral from the Chamber of Commerce and he didn't take the urgency of it?
Mm-hmm.
Holy moly.
Yep. And we're already down to the wire. Today's Friday. They've got Saturday as the antique fair where they need to be able to accept credit cards. Imagine just taking cash. You know those businesses that only take cash?
Oof.
Good luck. Yeah. So, guys, thank you very much.
Yep. Have a great day.
Great presentation. Thank you for being here today. Get your goals. Get them early. Don't wait till the last minute, right? Today's the 7th. By this time next week, you should have 3 in underwriting, if not more. Remember, some of these, something may happen. Credit with the merchant, that type of thing could get declined. Always overestimate, so you're grabbing those 3 for the $500.
There you go.
Want all of you hitting that number.
Well, hell, just go get one and get 100.
Yeah.
It's all fun.
Yeah. No, get them all. It is fun. Have fun with this. Thank you very much.